Hello students, welcome to Social Science online classes. In this session, you are going to learn Sociology's second chapter, that is labor. In this chapter, you are going to learn division of labor, inequality and discrimination in employment or labor, and you are not going to learn labor with pay and without pay because this is dropped from your syllabus this year. Okay. Then apart from this, you are going to learn labors of organized and unorganized sectors and challenges of unorganized labors. Okay. Now first, let us learn the meaning of labor. Okay. What do you mean by a labor? Labor is who work for daily wages or who work for salary. Okay. Labor is who work for daily wage salary. Labor is an integral part of our economic life. It is essential to lead one's life. The another meaning of labor is it is an act performed to achieve a particular goal. What is labor? Labor is an act performed to achieve particular goal. Okay. Now let's know the meaning of division of labor. Okay. Division of labor means division into certain areas according to their specialization or capability. What it is? Division of labor means dividing the working population into certain areas according to their specialization or capability. Okay. Division of labor means work done by the people depending on their interest, tastes, abilities, age, expertise, skills, and gender. Okay, in other words, division of labor means allocation of work based on a variety of factors like skill sets, interests and other things. Okay, so division of labor leads to specialization. So what is specialization? We'll study further. Okay, now here according to Plato, okay, according to Plato, a famous thinker of sociology, he said in his book The Republic that human society is formed on natural inequalities. This natural inequalities is based on division of labor. So here we divide the people according to their work ability, physical ability and strength. Okay. Now giving the example of a division of labor. For example, see, food is produced, cloth by weavers and dresses are produced by tailors. The division of labor leads to organic merger of various sections of society. The division of labor is necessary to fulfill the needs of a social, economic and political needs of a society. But there should be no exploitation in this process. This means he gives the examples saying that the society is interdependent on different professions. For example, see, the farmer produces the food and clothes are weaved by the weavers and dresses are produced by the tailor. So without any one of these professionalists, we cannot lead a comfortable life. So here what I mean to say is the society is interdependent on each and every professions. So this the division of labor, see here the people are divided into different labors. Farmer, we see here farmer, weavers and tailors. So this is the division of labors. So this division of labors lead to organic mergers of various society. So here this division of labor leads to a healthy combination or a healthy combination or natural combination of various sections of society. So the division of labor is necessary to fulfill the needs of social, economic and political needs of the society. But the one thing is what that there shouldn't be any exploitation in the process of division of labor. Okay. Now coming to the another coming to the another thought of a great social thinker, that is Karl Marx. Karl Marx says that Karl Marx says that the division of labor creates less skilled workers. He classifies the division of labors into different divisions. Okay, so division he says that division of labor creates less skilled workers. What Karl Marx says? Karl Marx says that division of labor creates less skilled workers. He classifies the division of labor into two divisions, that is economic labor and social labor. He says that economic labor goes with the technical and people's cooperation. It means along with the technical aspects, people's cooperation is more important to get the done more efficiently. Okay. The second, according to Karl Marx, is social labor. Social labor achieves social control through class, status, and stratification. We have already discussed about the stratification in the previous chapter. Okay, so this division is to gain social control over the society. Okay, so in the present digital world in the present digital world of the division of labor is done through computers. Okay, a different division of labor can be seen in a post industrialized society than industrialized society. In the present digital world, the division of labor is done through computers. For example for example in the information technological society, the division is based on various skills using the computers. See here, giving an example of a specialization, giving the example of specialization. See, we consult different doctors for different illness. Okay, so if we are ill, if we are not feeling well, or if we are suffering from any sickness, we consult different doctors for different illness. Similarly, in the field of information technology, the computer technicians are consulted for various aspects of information technology related issues. The specialization creates division of labor. So this way what happens? See, when we are sick, we go to different doctors for different illness. So doctor in which the field he is specialized, to get the treatment from that doctor, we go to get the treatment. In the same way, it applies to the information technological field also. So like this what happens, specialization creates division of labor. Here specialization means having deeper knowledge and in depth skill is one particular field. Okay, in other words, specialization means achieving sufficient expertise, training, and skill in any particular field. Okay, so division of labor has helped people to work in various fields and earn economic profit. So, division of labor creates the economic strata and class system also. Due to economic interest, the division of labor class system emerged. Since division of labor found widespread accessibility, business and industrialization also emerged because of a division of labor. So as a result, what happened? A few people earn more profit. So here, the division of labor has led to social classes. In what way it has led to social classes? In what way the division of labor has led to social classes? See here, division of labor refers to work done by people depending upon their case, interests, abilities, age, expertise, skills, and gender. Okay, so division of labor leads to specialization. Means we have already discussed. Specialization means achieving sufficient expertise, training, and skill in any particular field. Okay, so the next point here, division of labor has helped people to work in various fields and earn economic profit. This has led to a creation of economic strata and class system. Okay, in modern days, class system is created by industrialization. With specialization in every field, industries have grown in number. So trade and commerce have expanded because of the division of labor. Trade and commerce have expanded. Due to this, certain individuals have been able to invest money and become rich by gaining a lot of profit. And this has led to the formation of strata of society. Okay. So here, the main cause of division of labor in the post-industrialized society is the division of labor. Do you know who gave the concept of division of labor? Okay, so concept of division of labor was given by Plato in his book, The Republic. Okay, now the next concept we are going to learn is that is inequality in employment. Okay, first let us discuss the meaning of inequality. Okay, labor means earning in cash or kind, one's manual or intellectual labor. We'll discuss it later, the meaning of manual or intellectual labor. Okay, so labor means earning in cash by working working by working manual or intellectual labor. Here the word manual, manual means that is working physically. Okay, working physically. Manual work means physical work done by humans, most literally done with hands. Got it? What is the meaning of manual? Labor means earning by providing one's manual work means physical work done by humans, most literally work done with the hands. Okay, now or intellectual labor, the other word what we are here is the intellectual labor. Okay, intellectual labor means the other word what we are discussing here is intellectual labor. Intellectual labor means all those forms of labor in which the work is done by the brain rather than by hand. What it is? The work in intellectual labor work means intellectual labor means all the forms of the work which is done by brain rather than by hand. But whereas manual labor means that is work done by humans, mostly with the hands. Okay, so labor also means a function done in order to achieve something. Okay, if a result is available for a person, if a result is available in cash or kind, due to one's physical work, then it is called as a labor. Okay, stratified division of labor or inequality. Okay, with the emergence of a stratified division of labor, inequality starts in the society. In India, labor is not an important economic activity. It is just a part of a social structure with inequalities. Okay. The labor in India is mixed up with gender, caste, region, and religion. In Indian society, if a person moves upward, if a person moves upward with his status and role, his power and income also rises. Okay, what it is in Indian society, if a person moves upward with his status and role, his power and income also rises. Any labor any labor that goes against dictum, here dictum means law, here any labor that goes against law or rule of equal labor equal pay is called as inequality in labor. If the different payment is given for two people who put the same amount of time and effort, then it is called as discrimination. What it is called as? It is called as discrimination. Though men and women do the same work, their payments are not the same. In India, men are paid more for their work than women. Even though there is less discrimination in government sector, inequality has clearly seen in stratified work. In non-governmental organization, whereas in government institutions or in government organization, the inequality is not much. It is not seen much. Okay, even though there is less discrimination in government sectors, inequality is clearly seen in the stratified work. In non-governmental organization, the salary of one person remains unknown to the other person. But whereas in non-governmental organizations, what happen? The salary of one person is not known to the other person who is working in the same organization. Okay, even in agriculture sector, labor inequality is age, capacities, and gender. In gender, example, women work at home and outside also. Okay, women work at home and outside also, but while giving the payment they are treated below than men. Yes, most of the societies do not consider work of a woman as important. See, women work at home also, she works at outside also, but still what happens? But while giving the payment, what happens? They are treated low. Men are given more salary or more payment than a woman. So, in most of the societies, do not consider work of women as important. There is also a lot of discrimination. In the same way, there is also a lot of discrimination between educated and uneducated. Okay, example, the Safai Karmachari, the Safai Karmachari who clean roads and gutters receive lesser payment than the minimum compensation. Okay, here the inequality in society is based on gender, class, income, region, and religion. In Inequality is also classified based on with compensation and without compensation also. Yeah. Most of this indicates that inequality in labor, the unequal division of labor is more evident in our villages. Okay. In most of the countries of the world, including India, men are offered better jobs, higher responsibilities, and remuneration. On the other hand, women get lesser responsibilities and remuneration. Nowadays, women are taking up employment in huge numbers, though they do not exactly, though they do exactly the same kind of work as men. The fact is paid less is nothing but exploitation. What does it says? Nowadays, what happens? Women are taking up employment in huge numbers, though they do exactly the same kind of work what men are doing. But what is the fact? They are paid less than the men. Women are paid, though they are doing the same type of work, but still they are paid less payment than the men. Then what does it indicate? Paying less payment to the woman for the same work and paying more payment to the men for the same work. What does it shows? It shows the direct exploitation of a woman. Okay. Okay, dear students, we'll wind up the session here. Tomorrow we'll come up next topic, that is laborers from organized and unorganized sectors. Okay, thank you and have a good day.